When crypto or stocks go the way that you least expect, what can you learn from this? Hey, this is CeoTrades, where money works for you. We're looking at when things are going the way that you're not expecting. What do you learn from this? Look at this chart right here on my screen as I'm sharing it. I'm showing you a 15-minute chart in reference to Bitcoin. Most people, when they look at it, that's all they see. Oh, it's going upwards. This is great. But the real thing is you got to look at the big picture. And the big picture is, number one, it looks like it's going up in this section right here. But then in this section, it looks like, why is it going red? Is it right? Is it wrong? Now, this is what happened. This is yesterday. And yesterday, there was news that the Fed, the USA Fed, is getting ready to have some big surveillance in reference to crypto, and they're going to start investigating. Wow, so some people began to sell. It looks like a huge drop. Well, this is what happens. Number one is the news will sell you chaos. That's right. That's how they make money. They sell you chaos. You can see that a very small group of people reacted here. It looks huge, but it's actually a small group of people. Why do I say that? Because at its highs on this day, it was around 21,600 or so. And it dropped to the lowest would have been 20,400 or so. Now, that is about a 5% drop. How do I know that? It's about 1,000 USD in Bitcoin. And that 1,000 is about 5%, because if it's 10%, it would have been 2,000 or so. Now, what happened? Within, what, I would say, how many candles here? Because it's per candle is 15 minutes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 candles in about 2 hours and change, 2.5 hours. It dropped $1,000. Is that something to worry about? It depends on your risk tolerance. Everyone has a different risk tolerance. But these are the three things I want you to learn from this. Number one, chaos will always give you the worst story you need to hear at the moment. Could this have gone any worse down? Yeah, it could have gone way down. Now, you could have invested here on a short, but this short would have cost you, because immediately it sold short right in here, that you could have jumped in anywhere around here short, taking a risk. Look at that. It recuperated right away. It would have been very difficult to jump in. You might have been able to catch up in here, and you might have caught 2 to 3% gain. Is that worthwhile to go into short? Not necessarily. Some people believe it is, but it's too much of a risk in reference to following chaos. Now, once you become a more experienced trader, maybe you can do it. Maybe you can't right now, but it's good to be able to understand it. That's number one. The news will deliver chaos. They're not going to deliver, oh, Bitcoin is always going to be going upward, trending, and you should invest in it. No, they deliver chaos. Remember that. Number two is, don't limit yourself to specific coins or stocks, meaning don't just buy Bitcoin. Don't just buy X stock. There is an actual X stock. It's steel, but there are other ones. There's airlines. There's transportation. There's real estate, there's insurance, there's land, aside from real estate, and there are many others. But not only that, there are also commodities, there are currencies, there's bonds, there are mutual funds. These are also worthwhile looking into, because the more diversified you are, the better opportunities you will have in becoming prepared for the inclement weather, as in winter. Sometimes you make money on one stock or crypto, while the other 4 or 5 that you might have in your portfolio might be down. And that one might be enough to get you above, or enough to keep you floating so that you don't feel you're losing. And what's the third thing to learn from this is, number one, follow which ones are the biggest gainers of the day, which ones are the biggest losers, and what's in between. Why? So that you know and develop a trend of where they're headed. Because, for example, Bitcoin could be the worst loser of the day. But is that the end of the story? It's not the end of the story unless it's the end of the coin. If it's the biggest gainer, you still follow it. Why? Do you believe that the next day is going to gain again? Well, guess again. Look, Bitcoin's been up for at least 14 days. Yesterday marked 14 days. And today, it's been consolidating since yesterday. It didn't have another day of gain today. It almost reached that gain. People are wanting to invest and believe in Bitcoin. However, because of that news, it's almost caught up, and you need to be aware of this. So follow the biggest gainers, the biggest losers, and somewhere in between. These are the three things you should be learning about on a daily basis. I will provide 1 to 3 things that will make your investing more powerful. And remember, diversify. Remember that in chaos, there is an opportunity to invest, and you've got to figure that out. And then the other thing is, don't limit yourself. Diversify. Find out the other ways to invest so that you become a better informed investor. Take care until the next one.